Good afternoon from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Monday. Mid-50s, beautiful, sunny, quiet, peaceful. Except Beavis over there. He's probably going to sound bomb us here in a minute. This is the video response to grizz270. He tagged me in 5 questions about gardening, collaboration, and so this is my video response for that. There are 5 questions I'm going to answer, and let's do it. Question number 1, why do you garden? To make money. Question number 2, why do you YouTube? To make money. Question number 3, how long have you been gardening? Not nearly long enough. Question number 4, what do you grow? Mostly Chinese privet. Question number 5, what is your favorite thing to grow? Definitely not Chinese privet. Okay, I'm feeling feisty today. I got my Real Rebels Don't Support Centralized State Authority Anti-Che Guevara shirt on. People think he's some kind of rebel hero, but just a murderous thug. That's all he was. Anyway, let's expand on some of these. Why do you garden? Right now it is to make money. That's in my path towards self-sufficiency. Step 1 is paying the electric bill, paying the internet bill, putting gas in the truck, and feeding myself, and hopefully having a little bit left over to invest in this place and trash removal one of these days. So that's why I'm gardening right now. That is number 1 focus. In the future, it will be to be more self-sufficient with my food needs. But right now, I can't make money selling tomatoes. So, and I've only got so much land that I can plant in. So that piece of land is more valuable to me growing flowers than it is growing tomatoes to make my own tomato sauce or whatever. But in the future, once I've got step 1 and I've got my basic income needs taken care of, then I'll get more into the self-sufficiency of the food thing. So that's why I'm gardening right now, is to start bringing in some income, and that's why I've chosen flowers as a way to do that. Okay, why do you YouTube? A little extra income. That's great. I got my first payout. I might be getting another payout after the end of March. So yeah, cool. Every little bit helps. So that's one of the reasons why I YouTube. And I've learned of more reasons. There goes the mail. I've learned of more reasons why I'm YouTubing now. When I first got started, the channel name was The Peoria Dude. And I was living in up by Champaign, Illinois. I wasn't gardening, nothing like that. But what I was doing is trying to absorb as much information as I could, as I was dreaming to one day have some land to do it on. So I was watching YouTube videos for a couple of years, and then I started commenting, and then I started making YouTube videos just mostly for the fun of it, and I wanted to be more involved in the community. I'd been in the comments, and so, making videos, you get more involved in the community, and then being more involved in the community has helped me learn a lot. But I think more than that is I found people who believe in me. When you're, before I was active in that, I just had, a small bubble of people that were, small bubble of people around me, and that didn't really understand this dream of mine. So now that I've expanded my community to include YouTube, I've got so many supportive people that understand what I'm doing, that believe in what I'm doing, and that's been huge. That's just been huge. I wouldn't have taken the leap at this property if it had not been that. But when I first started making videos, it was just to learn and to share what I've been learning, because and also to be entertained. And my first series of videos until I got down here to Arkansas were all about other YouTube channels and what they were doing. And now that I've gotten down here, I'm just documenting, you know, pretty much my everyday life and how I'm going to turn this place into something better than it was, and something that is productive for me. And you know, just to show people that you can live cheaply, but it's you know, you got to make sacrifices and compromises, but you can live cheaply. You don't have to spend $800 a month on an apartment. You don't have to spend $150 a month on television and you know, satellite and cell phones, and you know, you can, if you really want to do it, and see, it's the freedom. That's the biggest thing, is the freedom, and you know, only having to worry about those few bills. But anyway, that's why YouTube is all kinds of reasons, but mostly the community right now. I've just been learning so much and meeting new people, and it's wonderful. So that's why YouTube. How long have you been gardening? What is my experience in gardening? I am 47 years old, graduated high school when I was 17, headed off to summer camp where I worked all summer, and then to college. So I basically lived in the same place all 17 years, but since from age 17 to 47, I have not lived in one place more than 4 years. And that place that I lived just over 4 years was an apartment in Peoria. So I have done gardening. I think I've done 7 seasons of gardening over my lifetime, and nothing to write home about. Massive failures. When I was in my 20s, there were 3 seasons in a row that, yeah, that's just a sore subject that I don't like talking about, but that was massive failure. And then a season here, a season there, a season elsewhere, and so that's about it. Not a whole lot of gardening experience. I've, you know, tried the tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers and squash and peas, and I've tried it all, and I had no clue what I was doing. You know, that was pre-internet mostly. Yeah, most of that was pre-internet. And I had some success with a few things, but again, nothing, that's in the past, and I just kind of try to remember the failures and go from there. So that's how long I've been gardening. Basically, just none. Oh, and unless you count, you know, digging up some ground, throwing some seeds down and see what happens. And so, yeah, not much gardening experience, but I'm about to get some. What do you grow? Well, at this point, I'm kind of ashamed to admit it, but I have not planted one seed here yet. It's about to change in a big, big way. I'm about to plant a ton of seeds here. But what's growing already, that's what I'm growing. I've got, let me pause. I dug these up from out there yesterday. And these are, everybody's telling me these are irises. And I've talked about it months ago, and people said they were irises. And so I looked it up on the internet, and these leaves look too broad for the irises that I saw on the internet. Although most of the pictures of irises on the internet are the flowers. They don't show the leaves, so it was hard for me to identify it from that. But these are definitely rhizomes, I believe, and not bulbs. So I do know it's probably that type of iris. And there are hundreds of varieties of iris. I've learned that. So that's one thing I'm growing. Daffodils. The daffodils were already here, so I'm growing that. Let's see. Daffodils and these irises. Well, daffodils I already know. The ones that are in the way and that are doing well, I'm going to dig up. And if you want to buy some bulbs this fall, you have to promise me that you're in a good zone for them and that you'll plant them right away in the fall. Because, but anyway, so daffodils, I want to dig some of those up, and then the ones back there that aren't blooming, I'm going to dig those up. So that's what I'm growing, daffodils. I'm also growing the irises and some other types of bulbing plants around here. I'll figure that out. American Beauty berries. That was something I identified last fall, and they are growing everywhere. So I'd like to be able to hopefully take cuttings of those and root them and create new plants, and that can be, you know, maybe a little side nursery business. I've got the forsythia bushes. I got 2 yellow forsythia bushes. Hopefully I can do cuttings on those. Most of the cuttings and stuff you have to wait till fall till they're, well, that's the best time to do them. Then I've got that, I think it's a Quincia. You people in comments are always teaching me this stuff, and that's wonderful. That's another great reason for YouTube is, you know, community knowledge, community database of other people. And so anyway, so that might be something. And then the white bush out there, oh, I looked that up too. But I got 2 of those white bushes. That's something else I hope to take cuttings of. And that can be a little bit of income here and there if there's a market for them. What else? What do I plan on growing? I'm just going to throw a bunch of flowers, mostly flowers, in the ground. Start some seeds to get them in early, transplant them out. Some of them I'll just seed directly, and we'll see how much space I have. I've got more seeds than space, I'm sure. That's usually how it goes. So I've got 100 gladiolas bulbs to plant. I got the 21 freesia bulbs to plant. I've got, then as far as the seeds go, cosmos, marigolds, delphinium, larkspur, just all kinds of seeds. So that'll be coming up. So I'm going to plant all kinds of flowers. And then I'm going to try some tomatoes, some mint, Seminole pumpkins. I'd like to do a 3 sisters, small 3 sisters. I got some corn. Do I have climbing beans? I don't know if I've got any climbing beans yet. Anyway, sweet peas is another flower seed I've got that I might grow on an old mattress metal spring thing. And so I plan on growing a bunch of stuff. Okay, what is your favorite thing to grow? Well, I'm going to say morning glories, because that's what I've had the most success at in the past. Those are easy, and they'll take off, and they're invasive in some places. But that's what I probably, well, it's one of the 2 things I've had the most success. So I'm going to say the morning glories are my favorites, and I'm going to plant some of those here also. No clue how long this has been, but thank you to grizz270 for tagging me. And I found a few new channels through this tag. Idaho Hillbilly was who tagged grizz270, and I forgot to think of who I want to tag. So I'll probably shoot another short segment and put it on the end of this video. Okay, that's it. Hopefully you learned something a little bit new. I've never talked about my past gardening experience, and I probably won't talk about it a lot because it was nothing to talk about. Okay, off to work. I'm going to rake some more leaves. Okay, I need to tag some channels for this collaboration. Yeah. First tag, I would like to hear from Backyard Eden. And links to all these channels will be below. Backyard Eden is in Texas, so that'd be cool. Next one, moving up from Texas to Oklahoma, is Stoney Creek Heritage Farm. I'd like to hear a response from Stoney Creek Heritage Farm. Number three, over in Virginia, Uncle Hoss. He tagged me on a similar 5 questions, but these are different 5 questions. So I'm going to tag Uncle Hoss on this one too. Learn more about his gardening chops, as it were, since I got so many seeds from him. Yeah, I want to hear from you how to grow some of those seeds. Let's see, another channel, Start From Seed Homestead up in Canada. Another one getting started with some gardening experience, so I'd like to hear more about that. And last but not least, well, and I'm going to throw in another one too, but out in Washington State, I lived out there near Seattle for almost 3 years. But anyway, out in Washington State, Almost Homestead. And so go give all 5 of those channels a look. Their links are below. They are also under the 1,000 subscriber threshold, so if you would be so kind as to subscribe and give them a chance, I am sure they would appreciate it. So those 5 channels, I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe I can get you some exposure, some more views, some more subscribers, and learn more about you in the process. And then I want to throw in one more channel, LangFamilyFarmsLA, which is Louisiana. They're still below that 1,000 subscriber threshold, and I just like to help them out. So if they just did a collaboration, so they might not want to do this one. But so LangFamilyFarmsLA, consider yourself tagged if you want to be, but if you don't want to be tagged, no big deal. But anyway, viewers, please go have a look at their channel. The link will be below. And that's it.